Attention business owners. Are you experiencing challenges with attracting, retaining, and finding top talent? If so, stay tuned to learn more about how your retirement plan structure may help with your recruiting efforts. Welcome back. Today's business environment can be challenging. Macroeconomic pressures, demand concerns, inflationary pressures, and also arguably a talent shortage. With that in mind, today we have Todd Feeder, Senior Retirement Plan Consultant with Gerard, to discuss how a retirement plan offering might at least help us solve for the last. Todd, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Brian.
So Todd, in a tough environment where we're trying to all grow businesses in face of macroeconomic pressure, getting employees to join on board can be difficult, especially when they have many retirement plan options to consider.
It certainly can. Offering a retirement plan is often viewed by the employer as a nice to have, but increasingly it's becoming a need to have for the employees. So in order to attract and retain talent, having either establishing a new plan or having a competitive existing plan is critical.
How do prospective employees view retirement plans today? What features are they looking at? How might an employer structure a plan to best suit the available talent?
There are a couple things that employees are looking for. One is how quickly can they join the plan. So that's the eligibility period. The second thing they're looking for is, are the investments competitive and do they meet their needs? And then of course, does the employer contribute on their behalf? And if so, how long do they need to stay at the employer in order to capture that match?
I already hear the folks talking, well, Brian, we're already struggling to meet bottom line revenue. We're going to go out of pocket now. Well, maybe there's some benefit to the business owner as well for offering a retirement plan.
There is. So for starting a new plan, businesses can be eligible for potentially tax credits. They also can receive deductions for employee contributions as well. And then for their own benefit, as they often tend to be in the higher tax brackets, they can save for their own retirement, potentially reducing their personal tax liability as well.
Todd, how frequently are you seeing organizations offering a retirement plan to their employees as opposed to not?
Yeah, it's still the majority of companies are offering retirement plans, but there's a small pocket out there that are not. The government is looking at different ways of doing that. Right now, mostly it's at the state level where individual states are evaluating and establishing mandates of some form of qualified plan or an IRA. But again, it's increasingly becoming I won't say a requirement, but a must-have for employees as they're seeking new employers.
And Todd, shifting gears for a second, given the challenges of the last few years, maybe a business owner didn't pay the closest attention to their retirement plan as they might have in a normal environment. How might someone take a look at an existing plan structure to make sure it's optimized for attracting and retaining top talent?
That's a great point. The pandemic has really resulted in a lot of people not focusing on retirement plans and instead focusing on other benefits in order to keep employees. But the short answer to your question is benchmarking. Having somebody help them with a benchmarking analysis to review their existing plan, to review their investments, and review the plan design and their service providers is a great way to accomplish that.
And what would be the challenge or shortfall of not reviewing your retirement plan structure?
Well, the first thing is plan sponsors are fiduciaries and they're required to act in the best interest of their employees. And they're required to periodically review and benchmark and document the exercise. So failing to do so puts them in jeopardy with the Department of Labor.
What if someone hears this video and says, wow, I have not done a review in however many years. I don't even know where to get started. Help me, what do I do?
Yeah, well, that's easy. That's where people like myself come into play. And the Department of Labor has suggested that if you're not an expert, and they don't expect you to be an expert, to reach out to people like myself who could help you with that exercise in order to evaluate both your existing provider or your employee workforce to decide about what would it look like to establish a plan.
And Todd, what would that engagement look like? Is there a cost for doing so, et cetera?
Yeah, there is no cost for us to take a look at and evaluate both your existing plan or the need to establish one. And what that would be is a consultative conversation with myself where we would go over some key demographics about your company, really what the purpose of establishing or maintaining your existing plan, and then evaluating all the options in front of you to set you up for success.
So there's no cost, It helps you retain employees or attract them and satisfies a legal obligation. Do I have that right?
That's right.
With that said, Todd, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
And to the viewer, thanks for staying engaged. If any of this piqued your interest or you think that your retirement plan might need some freshening up, don't hesitate to reach out. Please visit our website, meetgerard.com. While there, you'll find contact information for Todd, myself, and the rest of our team. We look forward to helping you soon.